talk about first and foremost why study constitution and why are we here to study the Indian polity and constitution. It's very important to answer that question in the beginning and then talk about what our approach is going to be for these classes. So see, one is that of course, because it fetches you marks, right? It's a very important part of qualifying this examination, that you need to be securing good marks in prelims, qualifying marks in prelims, and you need to be doing really well in the mains examination as well as in the personality test if you have to be doing well. Now on that front, as far as the UPSC prelims examination is concerned, almost 10 to 15 questions are asked on an average from Indian polity governance portion in the prelims examination every year. And this is not to boast about my subject or just because this is my subject that I'm telling you this. If you would look at the pattern for the last 10 years or so, since the pattern of the examination has changed, the prelims examination has changed its pattern since 2011. Since then, I can tell you that this is one subject which has never really betrayed the candidates. All the other subjects, you may put in a lot of effort, questions may appear to be very alien to you in the exam. And this is again not to disrespect any other subject, but let's say for example for ancient or medieval history or a science and technology or an environment, subjects like that, you may do anything and everything under the sun which is possible to be done for this examination, and UPSC may still end up giving you some unknown questions which would seem like Greek to you in the exam, है ना? तो वो बहुत सारे ऐसे सवाल आ सकते हैं prelims examination में. In polity though, that is not the case. If you prepare this section well, because this is one of the core areas of preparation, if you prepare it properly, I can tell you that you would be able to solve almost 90% of the questions in the prelims examination with a certainty of almost 80 to 90%, which basically means that you should be able to get whatever number of questions. Let's say there are 15 questions and 30 marks up for taking in the prelims exam from polity section, you would be able to secure anywhere between 20 to 30 from the polity section if you have prepared it well. Anyway, so as far as the prelims examination is concerned, 10 to 15 questions could be easily solved from Indian polity and constitution. Another thing is that if you look at last year's exam, for example, I think last year's exam was one of the toughest prelims exam that I have seen in last 10 or 12 years. And in those exams, I would suggest that this year's exam, 2022 exam prelims, whatever questions were asked from polity, they were all solvable. Except polity, all the other subjects questions were tough, I can tell you that. This may not be the pattern. I'm again not trying to give you this false hope ki polity hai to easy hai. Next year it may be tough. Next to next year it may be really tough. You really don't know how UPSC is going to turn around things. But none of those are in our control. We should not be thinking about difficulty. We should not be thinking about how easy or difficult the exam is going to be. Difficult hoga to sabke liye difficult hoga. Easy hoga to sabke liye difficult hoga. That is a good thing about this exam. So you don't need to care about what is going to be the kind of questions which will be asked and किस तरीके की difficulty के questions पूछे जाएंगे. जैसा होगा वो सबके लिए एक जैसा ही होगा. Right? So several key concepts in other subjects can also be cleared as a result of understanding polity and constitution and the very basis and the foundation of a preparation. Mains examination, if I were to say, out of 1750 marks which are allotted to the mains exam, almost 125 marks worth questions would be asked directly from Indian polity, constitution, governance portion. And अगर मैं governance मिला दूं इसमें तो actually वो numbers 180 plus पहुंच जाता है, and you need to have understanding of Indian constitution if you want to be doing well in the exam. So mains exam, directly almost 125 marks worth question would be asked from Indian polity and constitution. Apart from that, in the essay exam, जो essay का paper है आपका, उसमें 2 essay लिखने होते हैं, right? Out of those 2 essays, out of 8 topics which will be given to you to write 2 essays divided into 4 and 4, out of those, I believe that usually on a yearly basis, you will find at least one topic out of those 8 to be related directly to the polity and politics and governance in India. So it's very important to learn this subject properly so that you can apply the concepts in the essay paper as well. So let's say if one essay also, so that would make it almost 250 marks, 125 plus 125. Plus, in paper 1, your society paper, in society topics, paper 3, internal security, disaster management, and paper 4 of general studies, which is ethics in governance portion as well. There is a lot of application of the concepts of Indian polity and constitution. In fact, even in economics, the center-state relations etc. need to be known well by you if you want to be applying certain concepts there as well. वहां पे अगर आपको अच्छी अंडरस्टैंडिंग बनानी है सेंटर और स्टेट के बीच में कैसे फिस्कल relationship chalta hai, financial matters mein how the relationships emerge. If you have to understand those things, you need to understand the Indian constitution really well. So if I usually say that almost 250 to 350 marks worth questions will be directly or indirectly related to Indian polity and constitution. One simple example is that in 2013 in the mains exam, in internal security, UPSC asked a question on Naxalism. And the question was that you had to analyze the impact of non-implementation of a provision of the constitution on the rise of Naxalism in India. So you had to discuss, basically there is a special provision which has been set up for the tribals in the country under Schedule 5. So how the non-implementation of the provisions related to Schedule 5 of the constitution has led to the rise of Naxalism was the question that was asked in the mains examination in 2013. So the point which I am trying to highlight to you is that there will be questions which you would not be able to solve, or you would not be able to understand those topics and problems thoroughly unless you understand the Indian constitution and unless you understand the way the country is governed, right? So that almost makes it 350 marks. If I were to be conservative, then also I would say that if it's 250 marks out of 1750 as well, you may do your own calculations and figure out the amount of time that you need to be dedicating to this subject. Of course, you have to dedicate time to all these subjects, but polity is one subject which you should be very careful about. जब पढ़ें, जितना भी पढ़ेंगे, जितना भी हम study करेंगे, we have to ensure that we are conceptually clear about what we are understanding, what we are grasping. है ना, कुछ भी रटने की जरूरत नहीं है. There is not even a single thing which you are supposed to rote learn as a part of preparation for polity, and for that matter this entire exam. I can give away. So coming back to this, why are we studying Indian polity and constitution? Apart from that, when you people will become civil servants, you people will take an oath which would look something like this. And this oath would be essentially that of the Indian constitution. You would not be a good civil servant also if you do not know the Indian constitution thoroughly, if you do not know the Indian constitution well, right? So it's very important that if you want to be a good civil servant as well, after you get selected in the exam, then you understand the constitution as well really properly, right? So that's the other part of it, right?